What is going on, everybody? Once again, we are Tankers Fantasy Football. We're going to catch you up on some sleepers that we have for you, which means we're talking about around 11 and after. So let's get right to it. We're going to talk wide receivers first, and I feel like this guy in Sterling Shepard going for the 10th pick in the 13th round. This guy was a rookie last year. Had 8 touchdowns, and I know he's going to be behind Odell and probably Marshall, but who's to say Marshall is not the guy he was?
I mean, even if Marshall is on the field, I think they're going to be running a hell of a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. We're going to be seeing a lot more of Shepard, and if the defense are paying more attention to Odell, you know they're going to be double covering Odell, and if they got to pay more attention to Marshall, we could be looking at a lot of easy looks for Shepard, and he did have, 8 rookie touchdowns. I mean, that's really getting it done as a rookie. And going in the late 13th round, I mean, this is just absolute value to stash away on the bench and wait and see what happens here, because this could get sexy.
All right, a guy, Will Fuller, going in the 14th round. Also a rookie, had 200-yard games. He had a very, very nice game against Chicago.
200-yard games to start his career. I mean, coming out of the gates hot. Who does
We
these
could have
things?
been talking a 30-point game in Chicago, but he dropped a deep ball. But still, if we're looking at what he had last year as a rookie with Brock Osweiler, when you look at the production drop-off of Hopkins with Osweiler there, it only can go up. He's going to get more mature. I feel like in the 14th round, there's a legitimate wide receiver 3 upside.
Yeah, I mean, he had those 200-yard games to start the season and didn't go over 100-yard games again. But I just think that is mainly on Brock Osweiler. I really believe that this Tom Savage can at least sling the rock to these guys. And if Will Fuller get his hands on the ball 70 times, I mean, I think he can return wide receiver 3 value. And if he's going in the mid-14th round, I mean, that is a great value out there.
All right, guy in Zay Jones, also going in the 14th round. He's the second guy only behind Sammy Watkins. And Sammy Watkins doesn't like to stay on the field. So Zay Jones, I mean, he's kind of like a gadget guy out there.
More of a best ball play guy, I guess.
He's an explosive guy. I feel like he is going to be a starter on the field. I know the quarterback play is not sexy there whatsoever. But still, if you're looking for a guy who could have some serious role as a rookie, I feel like Zay Jones can slide in there.
Another guy going in the 14th, Ted Ginn, another best ball guy. Great best ball guy to have if you don't ever have to set your lineup and just kind of wait and see. This is the type of guys you want to be stashing away in the late rounds of your draft. Now we're going to get into some running backs going in the mid-11th. We got some Thomas Rawls. He's getting drafted after Lacy and Procise, and I just think I gotta own a Seattle back this year, and I might as well own the one going the latest.
And the one going the latest might legitimately have the most touches out of all these backs. They're saying it's pretty much going to be a split backfield in the terms of running the ball between Lacy and Rawls. Rawls can show that he can catch the ball as well, even though Procise is probably going to be that third down back. But I truly believe Rawls is the best overall back in this backfield. When he had that one very nice season in the stretch a couple years ago, I mean, he looked like he could possibly be the next beast mode for Seattle.
Yeah, he was looking pretty spry out there in that playoff game too. And I just think he could easily take this job away from Eddie Lacy and be the workhorse for at least the first and second down work of this offense. And going in that 11th round, that is just pretty tasty. And another guy, kind of the forgotten guy going the last pick of the 13th into that 14th round is Gio Bernard. And I just don't know. I think he's kind of a wait-and-see kind of stash because I just don't think it's over for him. I think he is going to still hold some PPR value.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be starting the season because of his injury. But I feel like if you have Joe Mixon, he is definite the handcuff to have. Because I do not think Jeremy Hill is going to return value whatsoever. He's basically, the story is the same. He's completely touchdown dependent. He cannot do anything other than that. And who's to say that, Joe Mixon maybe isn't the talk of the town here? even though I think he is. But Gio's definitely a very nice handcuff to have there when you're talking a 13th round, 14th round to scoop him up and double down on those Cincy backs. And even if you're not going for the handcuff, he's a guy late in the season, maybe a postseason run, could throw in as like an RB2 or a flex play if you need it.
We got some Joe Williams going in the last pick of the 12th. And I don't know about this Niner offense, but I just don't like Carlos Hyde whatsoever. And I just think Joe Williams at some point this season can steal this job away. And I mean, I think he's going to get looks even to open the season. But I think at some point he can become the workhorse for this offense. And going in that late 12th, I just think there's value there.
Yeah, I think Kyle Shanahan is looking for any way possible to get Joe Williams the ball. He was pounding tables. Lynch didn't even have him on his big board. That we're talking the GM there. So this is his guy that he drafted. He did pretty well drafting guys like Freeman and Coleman, turning those late round picks into very, very nice running backs. So I'm not saying Joe Williams is going to get crazy and we're talking, a back end RB1, but I feel like down the stretch he really can be like a top 20 play.
Oh yeah, one more running back getting into, kind of be like stashing away old dirty Patriot running back. Get us some Rex Burkhead, and I know we were talking about Mike Gillislee taking over that LeGarrette Blount role, and I do believe that is the score. But if for some reason it's not, I think Rex Burkhead is the next man up for that first and second down work.
I think Rex Burkhead might have been like the highest paid running back on the Patriots roster in like 8 years or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like he is just a form to be a Patriot running back. I know there's 4 mouths to feed, but I mean, why not?
Feeling sick.
I feel like this could be just a Belichick running back.
Just feeling sick about it. But it can happen. All of a sudden, you drafted Gillislee, you're all like, yeah, Gillis. Next thing you know, this ass fucker out there, or whatever he is, he's out there, and he is stealing carries and goal line work somehow, some way. And if you're just getting that Gillislee, I think you have to handcuff some Burkhead with that 14th just to make sure somebody else doesn't get over on you.
All right, let's get into some tight end plays. And here's a guy I'm really falling in love with, especially for how incredibly unsexy he is. And we're talking Jack Doyle. I mean, look at this guy. He's going in the 11th round. Last year, Indianapolis Colts tight ends, almost 130 targets. Dwayne Allen is out the door. He's in New England. So it is Jack Doyle and some more Jack Doyle in terms of the tight end position. Saw 75 targets last year. That's going to go up.
Yeah, I mean, like 127 targets between him and Allen. He saw 75, so if he can take half of Allen's targets, which is 52, we could be talking at just right at that 100 target range. And if that's the case, we're talking about dad runner deluxe out there for the Indianapolis Colts. And I mean, he is going in that early 11th round. And if you have just sailed the ship, forgotten about tight end, I think Jack Doyle is your boy.
And he's a little bit touchdown dependent, but I truly believe that he's going to finish as a top 12 tight end. Yeah. I know that's crazy, but I believe it.
Oh, it could happen. Dial up some Doyle in that 11th round. And we got some other tight ends that are kind of stashed. Maybe wait and see. A couple rookies here. And some Evan Ingram and some O.J. Howard. Wait and see on those guys. Another guy, Eric Ebron, who I don't really like. But, I mean, they're saying he's feeling that he doesn't have to be blocking so much anymore.
They brought in some other tight ends to take that role away from him. So looking at Ebron, I mean, you look at how incredibly young he still is, which is crazy to think about. This guy's extremely young. He's like 23. 23 or 24, has incredible athleticism. I feel like this could be the year, especially for how low he's getting taken. We're talking mid-11th round if you get him as your second tight end. I feel like he could have a chance to break out.
Yeah, good wait and see if they start moving him into the slot more like they should be. I mean, we could be looking at a guy who could sneak up into that top 12 tight end conversation.
Especially with Anquan Bolden out of there, taken away from the middle, and red zone targets where he really can have some action in there.
That's been his problem. This guy just can't get over as a tight end, and you need to get into the end zone as a tight end unless your name is Travis Kelce, and then you're just a reception and yards machine. All right, another tight end, people kind of talk about, why don't you talk about Jared Cook because he's going in like the 13th, but when you look at it and you look at Oakland's tight end targets last year, and the number one tight end in targets for the Raiders was Clive Walford, and he only had 50 targets. I mean, so I'm just not getting real excited about Jared Cook. I know I'm just kind of a Jared Cook hater, but that's the reason why I'm not on it this year.
He had the one huge game for Green Bay last year, but really and injuries are concerned with him. But like I said, I feel like Oakland is mostly going to rely on their 2 wide receiver sets. And when they get down in the red zone, I think they're going to be mostly looking to pound that ball with Marshawn Lynch. So I don't know how many red zone looks Jared Cook truly is going to get.
Another, we got 14th rounder. We got some Dwayne Allen. If you're a Gronk owner, you must handcuff Dwayne Allen in the 14th.
If you're spending a second round on Gronk, the least you can do is spend a 14th on Dwayne Allen.
Yeah, gotta do it. And if you're not, I mean, Dwayne Allen, I guess, is a great wait and see because you just know Gronk is going to get injured at some point.
If you look at Martellus Bennett, I mean, this guy finished as like the 10th PPR tight end last year. Top 10.
Yeah,
tight end.
He could hold value even with Gronk on the field and sneak you in at least a decent bye week tight end play. Or if you're absolutely scrapping, I mean, Dwayne Allen, I guess, could be your boy. But
New England's always loved 2 tight end sets.
We got one quarterback. Talk about some Eli Manning. I'm just feeling the Eli Manning this year with the Beckham, with the Marshall, with the Shepard, with the Ingram. I mean, let's go, Eli Manning. The guy has had average the last 3 seasons. Eli Manning 4,300 yards and just a shade over 30 touchdowns a season the last 3 seasons, and now he's got better weapons. I'm just all in on this mid-11th round Eli Manning. If you're looking to just throw the towel in, I want to get a couple bench guys before I draft my starting quarterback, I think Eli Manning is your boy.
Oh, absolutely in love with that pick as well. I feel like there's no way, absolutely no way he's not a top 15 quarterback, but I feel like there's a tremendous chance that he even finishes the top 10. If he can stick as the 9th, 10th
I don't think there's any
overall
reason.
Quarterback with these better weapons. I mean, look at these averages. When we're talking averaging 4,300, 30 touchdowns, that is completely getting it done. Now he's getting in even better red zone weapons like Brandon Marshall in there.
I mean, we are talking. This is the best weapons he's had. Possibly ever. Even with Victor Cruz in his heyday out there with OBJ, I think this Brandon Marshall, if Brandon Marshall still has gas in the tank and Sterling Shepard can get better and mature in the sexitude
Ingram is a complete matchup nightmare for anyone.
I mean, if they run those 4 guys out there in a four wide receiver set, I mean, look out. That's sexy deluxe.
I think so.
Eli Manning, middle 11, get up on that shit. I'm telling you.
Mark him on every draft board. Highlight him.
Fucking serious.
All right. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. We love talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Give us some comments. We always get back to you out there. Thanks for watching.
We will see you next time.